our city, our team. The Columbus Eagles bring exciting Women's Premier Soccer League action to the capital city. Join the movement with us and bring the family. More fun, more excitement, and a community of fans like no other. Women's soccer is on the move, and the Columbus Eagles are leading the way. Purchase a membership or game day ticket from our website, columbuseaglesfc.com. Fly with us today.
All the action, some WPSL soccer action, that's right, Women's Premier Soccer League soccer action. Bart Logan, Darren Van Paris, we're going to be bringing you all of it here on Eagle TV, powered by the Greater Columbus Golden Boys and Girls Supporters Group / Lifestyle brand and furnished by the Nordeck. Eagles today, Darren, taking on a soccer club of Fire and Ice.
Nice, that's right.
So far as we can tell, there's no tie-in with the popular fantasy novel series and, of course, mega smash hit HBO series, Game of Thrones. But nonetheless, the Eagles are going to be looking at the loss today and saying, not today. At least that's our hope for it.
We can only hope so, Bart. Only hope so.
If you were tired of the Game of Thrones references already, I only have like maybe two more. But,
make sure to hang with us.
Yeah, but stick with us and see. They may not be as forced as that one was. But the Eagles will be looking to force through a victory. They're coming off. They got their first win of the campaign a week ago. A solid 4-0 win against St. Louis. But did lose yesterday to FC Pride. Meanwhile, they're going up against a strong Song of Fire and Ice SC Soccer Club.
Club. We don't know which one.
Which is from suburban St. Louis, Millstead, Illinois. But they've been a strong team all season long, giving up just 7 goals so far.
Yeah.
But they are coming off of a loss as well. So the Eagles might have a chance to catch a team, especially after the long trip, long bus ride. This could be advantageous for Columbus.
Yeah, most certainly. Sunday afternoon, it's pretty hot out here. It seems like that's a pretty common theme here with the elements. But hoping the Eagles can get off to a good start today and get that second win.
It certainly will hopefully be the case. They say chaos is the ladder, and that certainly is the case when it comes to the Midwestern Division standings, where the Eagles find themselves just one rung above the bottom, looking to climb their way up and surpass, among others, Fire and Ice SC. Now, it'll take more than just one win to do that, but Columbus will look to pick that one up this afternoon. And Darren, who do the Eagles have starting?
Yeah, so we will start from the back to the front. We have Hannah Sargent in goal, Cheryl Shope on the left side, Will Coxon and Powers as center back, and Mousset as the right. Going through the midfield, Goglin, Molesky, and Donley. And then up top, Sweetheart, Costner, and Townsend.
And so it should be a good matchup. Interesting to see Deja Sweetheart forcing her way into that lineup after a terrific game a couple weekends ago here at Bernlohr Stadium. As we've also got teams getting out and starters for the Fire and Ice SC.
Yes, we've got those here, so I will try to hopefully not butcher some names here. But in goal, Bailey Redden. She's number 0. Number 7, Mackenzie Lissinger as a forward. Number 8, Mercedes Schroer as a defender. Sophia Hernandez, number 12, is a midfielder. Lauren Kampf is a midfielder as well, number 13. Claire Sokol, defender. Number 16, Sarah Foley, midfielder. Number 17, Abigail Miller, midfielder. Number 18, Courtney Vollmer, defender. Number 19, Brianna Hatfield, midfielder. And number 20, Amiko Pope, a defender.
So the Eagles will have their hands out as both teams are getting ready to come out. Fire and Ice SC in their red jerseys, black shorts. They're going to be going from left to right on the broadcast here for this first half. Your Eagles in their familiar black jerseys with those sharp yellow polka dots going from right to left. And Darren, what's the biggest key for Columbus to come away with a dub, to say not today to the loss this afternoon?
So I think one thing that we haven't seen thus far this year is, well, at least in our broadcast, is getting that first goal. So be nice to get that first one in, build some positive energy as they're moving throughout the game. But yeah, I mean, I would like to see them stay on the front foot of the game and see if they can, like I said, build some positive momentum through the first part of the half. And yeah, that's what I would like to see.
That's certainly what we'll hope to see. That first goal, that would be absolutely critical as teams are making their way onto the field. We're going to look forward to be bringing you all the action. It is going to be a hot one this afternoon. Temperature is supposed to peak at upwards of 90 degrees. And so, hopefully for Columbus, they're able to weather that heat and we can get a dub here coming up as the ball is down for the kickoff, and we're going to be ready to bring you the entire call here on Eagle TV, powered by GCG Bag and furnished by the Nordeck, as it's going to be Fire and Ice SC to kick it off. Brianna Hatfield at the center circle, along with Mackenzie Litzinger. Waiting for the official to give the signal. Looks like some last-minute discussions, but the game is underway. And you heard the PA announcer. Let's hear it for the Eagles as Morgan Wilcoxon back in the lineup and is able to track that ball down on the near side. Ball goes out of play, and we will get a throw in here in the early going. No score between your Columbus Eagles and Fire and Ice SC. With it for Fire and Ice, played back into a bit of space as Olivia Molesky is hounding her. Intercepted by Michaela Powers. She moves it up to Mousset. Mousset forward. And it's being chased down along that far side. And it's going to go out of play. A throw in coming up for Columbus.
I think that's Donnelly.
Yeah, it looks
Usually
like Donnelly.
She wears 14, but I think she's wearing 15 a day.
Yep, Donnelly in the midfield alongside, as you mentioned, Olivia Molesky and the captain, Ashley Goglin. Up top, it's Townsend on the right, Deja Sweetheart on the left wing, and Madison Costner wearing the 17 shirt, it looks like, this week as well.
Looks like we got the ball girls coming on the other side of the field. Looks like the ball went over the top of the fencing there.
As it is
a little break in
to
action.
do. Mousset with the toss in. And it's Townsend trying to get the overlapping Mousset. Here's Townsend cutting through. Ball knocked off her foot, but it's Cheryl Swope who swoops it up.
Yeah, finding Townsend early, she's been one that we've seen that is able to get behind and take defenders one-on-one. So good to see her getting the ball at her feet to start the game, Bart.
Shope with it taken away, but Wilcoxon's able to recover, and then Shope's ball deflected out of play, and it's going to be a throw in for Columbus. 2 minutes into this one, still no score. Madison Costner, nice turn. She's inside. Costner shot. Oh my goodness. It was just over the bar. It got trapped, but that was an absolute bullet off the boot of Madison Costner trying to draw first blood.
Yeah, she used the high bounce to her advantage. Almost looked like, well, we're going to say it was intentional that she let the ball kind of carry over the top of her, but I think it kind of caught her by surprise. But she did a good job of getting position and hit that one on the half volley, and that was just missing that top corner.
Ooh, it would have been absolutely. That would have
Nice
been a golazo. Here's Deja Sweetheart over to Donnelly. Donnelly dribbling through trouble. Gets it forward to Shope, but ooh, yeah, you mentioned it. Just a little bit unlucky as it's out of her reach. So throw in here coming. As it looks like Shope got an elbow to the back on that ball, but it's now going to be chased down. And here's Costner once again. Costner, that great shot just minutes ago. Passes it back to Shope. Shope, diagonal ball. She was trying to find Townsend on the far side of the box as Donnelly's able to break it up.
The Eagles with some great pressure to start this game here.
Here's Townsend
Nice.
trying to go inside out on the defender.
Corner, right?
It looked, I thought so. Oh, no. Good job boxing out by the defender there, as we will get a goal kick coming from the keeper, Bailey Redden.
I thought it took a deflection off the defender. But
I did as well.
Both of the officials there both called the exact same thing. I don't think they looked at each other, so maybe our vantage point is just too far away here, Bart.
So we will get a kickoff from Redden here, as the Eagles have looked good here in the first 4 minutes or so of action. This is the first time the ball has been in their defensive third, and they've got possession. Goglin ahead to Townsend. Back with Goglin after there's a foul there, no advantage taken. And they'll slow it down a little bit. It's Marique Mousset back to Goglin on the restart.
Ooh.
Goglin, though, loses it, and here's a counter opportunity for Fire and Ice. Good through ball. Looks like she didn't time that run perfectly, and regardless, the ball did not slow down enough for her to get behind it. And it's going to be Morgan Wilcoxon with it, carrying it up for Columbus.
Yeah, I think if you're Fire and Ice there, maybe you see a little bit more patience and have the defender commit. The idea was there with the run, but just it was a tough ball to play through.
And not a mistake that you see often from Ashley Goglin, and one I suspect you won't see again, as here's Marique Mousset on the throw in. So trying to get an idea of the we weren't quite sure how Fire and Ice were going to line up. Does look like it. It looks like they've got a 4-5-1 or the 4-2-3-1 lineup with. It does look like Litzinger at the top on our near side wing. That would be the right wing. It appears it is Sarah Foley, and the right outside back is Miko Pope. Played out, and it's over to Pope. Pope's pass broken up by Sweetheart, forced to play it back. Looks like, again, when you look at these center backs for Fire and Ice, there could be that height advantage that we saw a couple weeks ago for Columbus when you've got a player like Madison Costner in there. That could come in if we get some corners.
Certainly Donnelly there, too, is pretty tall as well.
As Costner looking to chase it down. Shope has that one. It looked like she might have caught a piece of it, but no, it looks like it went off of Foley. And so it will be thrown in. Here's Deja Sweetheart along this touch line. Gets it back to Shope, and Shope slings it right back up for Costner. Costner bodied off the ball by the smaller Lauren Kampf, but she's able to win it back this time and win the first corner for Columbus.
Yep, just talked about that, Bart, there. Oh, it looks like, never mind, it's a goal kick.
I don't know if we agree with that one particularly, but we will play on.
Yeah. Costner sold us pretty well, at least. She put the ball right on the corner flag.
Looks like we're having our first sub of the game. Coming on is Regan Moody. She's coming off for Sarah Foley, so we'll see if she plays in that upward advanced right wing position.
That's a pretty quick sub. Wonder if she picked up a knock or something, Foley there. Not 100% sure. Didn't see her walking off gingerly or anything, but she did go straight to a trainer here on the sideline.
And now it's Cheryl Shope with it. Yeah, you're right, Darren. That sub coming less than 8 minutes in. Still no score as a long ball played by Powers. Back to Mousset. Mousset with a nice run on the dribble, but wasn't able to connect on the pass, and it's a turnover opportunity coming now for Fire and Ice, but great marking there by Michaela Powers as she knocks that ball out of play and gives Columbus time to get their personnel behind the ball. Throw in coming from Pope, intercepted by Cheryl Shope as she tries to get it in behind. Here's a foot race between Costner, but the keeper, Redden, is able to get that one on the volley and clear it out of danger for the time being. Here's Marique Mousset back up to Costner. Costner, another terrific turn from the Central Michigan product. But she was looking to find Townsend, unable to connect.
I think if you're the Eagles here, Bart, they definitely look like the more energetic side. Fire and Ice look a little bit slow, maybe not quite, don't have the feet today, or the legs, I should say. So I think if you're the Eagles, got to take advantage of the slow start here with Fire and Ice. Definitely not a team that looks like they won against this Eagles side 6-0 in the first matchup.
Certainly not the case. Columbus with the
nice
better
ball.
possession of the ball so far, as that's over to Shope, unable to track that one down in time as that ball just carried on that turf. And that is, kind of what you're dealing with. And here's Pope on the throw-in. Gets it up to Moody. Moody dribbling it through pressure from Columbus. And it's up over to the far side, trying to get an overlap, but that's read well by Morgan Wilcoxon. Now it's Goglin with it for Columbus in the center of the park. Trying to get it back to Goglin. It's broken up, but Olivia Molesky is able to regain possession for the Eagles. And now back outside onto the feet of Cheryl Shope. Almost got myself saying Cheryl Swoops there.
Yep.
We love the WNBA as well as the
Right.
WPSL. As it's going to be back with Wilcoxon. Wilcoxon.
Yes, carry it. Why not?
Yeah, they're going to give you the space. Take it. As she plays it out for Mousset. Mousset,
Good ball
the
in.
cross into the box. Ooh, she was trying to find Deja Sweetheart, but Redden was able to get in there and glove it.
Redden rocking the rec specs, Bart. There's a reason that respect is in the name of the rec specs. I dig it.
Hey, might have to have her take it off if she's going to read those crosses so well.
Right?
Here's Ashley Townsend trying to find the overlapping Mousset, but Townsend loses it. Is that ball going to squirt out of bounds? It does just cross the line. And that could have been a dangerous counter opportunity for Fire and Ice. Eagles getting everybody involved, including the outside backs and the center backs, as we saw earlier with Morgan Wilcoxon. We're used to that from, maybe Michaela Powers, who we know has played a lot of center midfield. But to see that from Wilcoxon, it's a delight, but not delighting in what we're seeing right now. Fire and Ice SC with a good counterattack. Litzinger gets behind Powers, and she tucks it in off the far post. And Fire and Ice strikes first. A terrific individual effort from Mackenzie Litzinger, taking it all the way herself and slotting it in the far side corner to give Fire and Ice the lead.
Yeah, so I guess unsurprising as far as the way that this game has been going for the Eagles. The only time that Fire and Ice has been able to get anything going forward whatsoever, Eagles have completely dominated this part. It's just when the Eagles have been giving up possession and turning the ball over. And there you saw it. Unfortunately, Michaela Powers took a bad touch there, and it was a one-on-one opportunity. And Litzinger did a good job of getting past her, but no, I think the Eagles here are still in a good spot. Just got to get into, have a little more patience, make sure that not turn the ball over, towards the midfield, and make sure that they keep possession.
Ooh, Molesky taken down in the box. No foul coming, as that was a nice ball left to her by Donley. And then the long ball played in by Wilcoxon is going to be gloved by the keeper, Redden.
Yeah, I think the ball, unfortunately, was a little bit behind Molesky. So I don't know if she would have been able to have a great opportunity, but she certainly did take a knock there for sure.
So here's Columbus with it. They trail 1-0 despite having the better half of the game so far. We're just 13 minutes into this one as it's on to the foot of Shope. Shope back to Goglin. Ahead to Madison Costner. And Wilcoxon jumping in once again. her pass just out of the reach there of Goglin, and here's an opportunity for Fire and Ice to set up a counterattack. A nice ball played, but well offside was Mackenzie Litzinger, and we'll get a free kick here.
I think the rest is allowed to play here.
Yeah, all right. And here's Columbus, and here's Olivia Molesky. Molesky over to that was Mousset, but her cross, she did not get the foot on it that she wanted to, and that's going to result in the goal kick. And the goal kick coming from Redden. Donnelly up in the air for it, is able to move it over to Sweetheart. Sweetheart.
Boy, it seems like this ball is just rolling really
it is
fast.
As Shope is able to get it across there. Now it's back with Costner, takes it out of the box. Dancing with it. Shope to Costner. Costner tries to swing it in from the corner. That is going to result in the corner kick after the deflection off of, I believe that was Kampf. And corner coming. Who's running to take that? I would guess is that Marique Mousset or is that Abby Townsend?
I think it's Townsend.
That does appear to be the case of Townsend, who's been all over the place this afternoon.
See, the Eagles are just crowding the keeper pretty aggressively here. I wonder if they're going to try and loop somebody back around.
Yeah, look at that box.
But this is, I don't know if I've seen this before.
No, it is so crowded in there. Looking to take advantage of height. And who's that at the back post? Is that Goglin?
I can't tell who that is. It looks like now they're spreading out a little bit.
As forward and, punched away by the keeper. They're going to get a whistle on that one, and it's going to be a goal kick.
I've never understood what they called offside. Okay.
That is a formation that, that is live by the sword, die by the sword that you have when you set up like that. Is the goal scorer, Mackenzie Litzinger, is coming back on, is going to be Sarah Foley. It looks like Regan Moody is going to be pushing up into that 9 role. And it's back with the keeper. Fire and Ice with the lead right now, just into the 16th minute.
They're trying to bleed the clock here, it looks like.
Yeah, already. You know what? It was a long drive, I'm sure, a long ride out from suburban East St. Louis.
I hear you.
As it's going to be played out over to Mousset. Mousset tried to get it back from Townsend, but it's turned over. Here's another opportunity for Fire and Ice. This time it's going to be rolling into the waiting hands of Hannah Sargent, who hasn't seen much action but for the lone goal. Which, again, I mean, you talk about the game of inches, and you compare that goal, which, again, good goal is here's another opportunity coming. We'll resume with that thought after this, is gloved by Hannah Sargent.
Well done.
But you look at, the just inches. She was able to slot that in off that back post and compare that to the Madison Costner opportunity there in the 3rd minute. The Eagles looking for some luck, and they're not going to get it off a pass like that, as we're going to have a foul there. Good professional foul by the captain, Ashley Goglin, after Michaela Powers turned it over.
Support it. Yeah, stop in transition. At least at the minimum, it was a 3-on-3 opportunity there for Fire and Ice, and it's better just to foul in advance and see if you can stop the opportunity.
So it looks like Mariah Whitaker and
Dierig, looks like.
Serena Dierig both coming off. Marique Mousset and Olivia Molesky. So some subs already for Columbus. And you don't see Marique Mousset come off the field too often for the Eagles.
Yeah, I wonder maybe if that's a little bit of rotation with the game happening yesterday.
That's a great point.
But you're right. To your point, we've seen her pretty much play extensively, if not the entire game, on the broadcast that we've had recently here, Bart.
As it's going to be on the foot now, Hatfield. Hatfield lays it high, and we're going to get a whistle here. Foul, and Columbus will get in at the restart. Right onto the foot of Whitaker. Get her involved early. She loses that ball, though, and now here's an opportunity for Fire and Ice. And you have to think that Fire and Ice is content to play this way, Darren, just to kind of wait for these opportunities, see if you can force the Eagles to make some turnovers, especially as they're playing without the lead.
Certainly, yeah. I mean, if you're up a goal, no sense in trying to force something if it's maybe not there, or committing numbers forward. Yeah, I mean, if they're able just to sit back and hopefully just be in the right position and have the ball played at their feet, why not, right?
Powers it up the field, out of play. It's going to be a throw in for Fire and Ice. Over along the far side. Here's Powers to Wilcoxon. She'll let that one slide over to the keeper and then get it back from Hannah Sargent. Back to Powers. Eagles starting to slow things down a little bit as a long ball played ahead. Sweetheart trying to chase it down, but it just carried. And you mentioned it, these balls just keep on carrying just a little too far.
So Michaela Powers, definitely one of her strengths is she's a really good long ball player. She can definitely play it over the top. I wonder if in the second half, maybe when they have the wind holding up the ball a little bit more, that ball may hang down a little bit further. But I like the idea. The Eagles have always had really good runs across the back line, so I don't necessarily hate playing the ball over the top if they're playing that high up. I mean, look, right now they're almost 5 yards away from the half field line. So if you can pull them in like this and play out of the back and play another runner behind, it's not a bad idea, Bart.
Well, Coxon's idea there, read by Fire and Ice, but Deja Sweetheart's able to retake possession. Well, Coxon trying to lob it behind for Shope. Shope and Pope going at it, but it's going to be Pope who wins this one. Clears it out of play for an Eagles throw-in. Over to Serena Deerig, placing her Ohio University compatriot Olivia Molesky on the switch earlier. I should say substitution. Back to Shope. Shope has it tackled away, and here comes Fire and Ice. Slowing back down and turning it around was Abigail Miller. And a nice ball played forward. Chased down there by Whitaker.
Yeah.
Great wheels from Whitaker to bail out the Eagles, but not out of danger yet.
Good.
Now Ashley Goglin gets it forward to Donley. Donley giving it back to Goglin. And outside with Shope.
Yep.
Back to Goglin once again. Goglin dribbling through some trouble. We'll find Wilcoxon and get it right back, but that time it took an odd bounce. Through ball. Disconnect there between Fire and Ice. That was Brianna Hatfield trying to find Moody. But it's Moody with it now. Through ball ahead. Chasing it down is going to be Hannah Sargent. As Fire and Ice starting to get some opportunities, Darren, off these turnovers for Columbus as they're sitting and trying to get those passing lanes. But some of this isn't, not necessarily anticipation. It's been a lack of crispness on those Eagles passes.
Yeah, you wonder if that's just heavy legs maybe from the next game, from the game that was yesterday. But this is also something that, we have seen from time to time with the Eagles. I'm not sure if it's just the lack of cohesion or not sure if it's just a lapse in judgment. But, the Eagles have to find ways to try and eliminate some of these quick turnovers. And if the pass isn't there that's initially there, then clear it and, try and run after the ball. They've got the subs on the bench. But, yeah, to your point, it's it's been kind of more of the same from what we've seen at times.
So Donley coming off, as is Goglin. Olivia Molesky on, as well as I believe that is Donovan Wall.
Because that's what our sheet says. Hopefully the sheet's accurate. Looks like Donovan Wall.
So Molesky back in. She's going to play more of that holding role as opposed to the more advanced midfielder. Here's a foul committed against Deja Sweetheart. We see her drawing a lot of fouls.
Yeah.
And I think that's a credit to her as a player.
No doubt. Yeah, she does a good job holding up the ball. Does a good job shielding defenders away. And you're going to get that sometimes when you get that hold-up play.
Marique Mousset coming on, Sweetheart coming off, so we'll see that will push Whitaker, I should say, over to the left wing position from the right back.
Yep.
And it's up for Costner. Costner taps it over to Townsend, who's able to get it a nice bounce off the volley, lobbing it up, trying to find Shope. Now Shope will get it settled, but she's back out of the box.
Nice
Shope,
move.
good turn. Looking to cut inside. Leaves it there for Molesky now. Molesky is able to recover. Getting it to Wall. Back to Molesky. But that ball was broken up. Here comes Fire and Ice trying to clear it out and up ahead. Will Coxon battling with Moody. Now it's up forward. That looked like that went off the shoulder. And we're not sure. Is that 28 there for...
yeah, I think that's 28. That is...
unfortunately, I'm
have
not
that
seeing
number.
a 28 on
Yeah.
our roster. So
Was
apologies.
that 26?
That could be Kylie Petrosky.
We're hoping that's you, Kylie.
For all our Fire and Ice fans that
That's
are
right.
tuned in. But we're committed to giving you a quality broadcast here on Eagle TV, powered by GCG Bag.
Darn right.
The Eagles, by the way, trail 1-0 here. We're in the 26th minute. That lone goal coming courtesy of number 7, Mackenzie Litzinger, for Fire and Ice. Off Fire and Ice's first shot of the game after a dominant opening salvo from Columbus. So it's going to be Redden, Bailey Redden, the keeper, with this one. Deerig fighting for that, and it's going to be deflected and right back to Redden, who had a little bit more trouble there with it. Costner, maybe recognizing, decides she's going to apply a little bit of pressure.
Yeah, I've seen this a couple of times now here from Bailey. Just taking her time, having the Eagles defender come up and commit to make her pick it up.
Here's Whitaker. It's taken away by Molesky. Molesky fouled. No call coming, as it's over with Shope at the left back position. Now it'll go out of play. Looks like we're getting another substitution here coming.
So we've got a hydration break here, Bart.
Oh, that's a good point here. Give them the hydration break.
But I think you're right. So I think we're seeing Losi come on here. I didn't quite see who was coming out. I think maybe that's Townsend, I believe, is coming to the bench here.
And as they're taking a hydration break, we're going to take a quick break.
Our city, our team. The Columbus Eagles bring exciting Women's Premier Soccer League action to the capital city. Join the movement with us and bring the family. More fun, more excitement, and a community of fans like no other. Women's soccer is on the move, and the Columbus Eagles are leading the way. Purchase a membership or game day ticket from our website, ColumbusEaglesFC.com. Fly with us today.
Back here at Burton Lore Stadium, your Columbus Eagles trail 1-0 to Fire and Ice SC after the water break. Fire and Ice's lone goal coming from Mackenzie Litzinger after a strong opening, 10 minutes or so from Columbus. It was the first shot of the game at that point for Fire and Ice. They've had a couple other opportunities since, but Columbus has had the better half of the ball.
Yeah, can't keep your head down. Something I kind of dislike seeing come out of that little hydration break there. Saw Marique Mousset and Michaela Powers laughing a little bit, smiling at each other. Definitely don't want to get your head down. It's been a tough go at this point so far this year, but you got to stay positive. Those are going to be different things that's going to help to continue to have this team move forward here, Barb.
And so Miko Pope, trying to move the ball forward for Fire and Ice, but it's going to be Olivia Molesky with it. Over to Mariah Whitaker. Whitaker forward to Donovan Wall. And it's going to be deflected off. Yep, I thought that was off the Fire and Ice player.
We've been wrong before.
Certainly. I would argue that we've been right every time and the officials have been wrong.
The GCG bags never get it wrong.
You heard it. It's official. It's canon now. Speaking of cannons, Madison Costner's got one. She nearly scored earlier.
Was unlucky.
Now it's going to be cleared deep, and that ball might sneak out of bounds.
Making Michaela run all the way out there. Might as well get it right.
Yep. Pick that ball up. Save or prevent Fire and Ice from getting time to set up defensively, as it's going to be pushed out of bounds that time by Fire and Ice, and they will not be able to avert the throw in. Mousset on the far side. Up to Wall. Back with Mousset outside.
Good.
She slides it in for Molesky. Molesky, just looked like there wasn't a bit of a miscommunication there. Jillian Losey, who came on and didn't quite time that run the way Molesky was looking for it. I believe, right? Yes, it is Jillian Losey.
Yep. Yeah, Losey there has things on the right wing.
And kickoff coming. Goal kick, I should say.
Yeah, not the deepest kick there.
No, we haven't seen it too much from this keeper. But as opposed to the other side, we've hardly seen any goal kicks from Hannah Sargent.
Yeah, really. I mean, the only opportunity that Fire and Ice had, they've had two, one where both off of the turnovers that we kind of talked about so far, but, I mean, they really haven't had much build-up play at all, really. It's been just kind of sitting back and waiting for opportunities from the Eagles. But, yeah, to your point, Sargent hasn't been able to do much.
So Regan Moody off, coming on. It is, once again, Brianna Hatfield slotting into the 10 spot. Mackenzie Litzinger back up top at the 9. This ball, the dangerous.
Good idea. Yep.
Hannah Sargent is able to get it, as it was Petrosky who was pressuring her on that one. So back with Sargent over to Will Coxon. Pressed forward but read well by Fire and Ice. That was Hatfield. Back with the goal scorer, Litzinger. Litzinger trying to get inside. Fires it just out of the reach.
Yep.
But more importantly, just outside the crossbar. Or the outside post, I should say. And it's going to be a goal kick.
Yeah, I think Coxon was just a little bit late getting that there to Molesky. Molesky had been open for a while, and unfortunately the ball just got a little bit behind, and they had that opportunity there.
Well, Litzinger, she has impressed when she's had the ball on her foot. She is dangerous.
It's like the Eagles just added Jordan Fike here on the left side.
Fike, of course, is familiar to this stomping ground here as a Capital University player herself.
Yeah, I've always liked what Jordan Fike has brought to the Eagles. She definitely brings a little bit more speed on the left side. She can get in behind, makes great runs. So hopefully we can see that here.
Yep, Fike will be playing on the left. Coming back in now is Ashley Goglin, back into that holding midfield position that will allow Olivia Molesky to slide up a little bit higher. As it actually looks like we've got Goglin in the holding,
Yep.
sixth position, and then both Molesky and Donovan Wall a little bit more advanced versus your traditional 4-2-3-1. Fike blocks that one as
Nice.
Donovan Wall gets it, trying to push it up to Fike, but that ball couldn't carry quite the way she'd like it to. Now it's back with Michaela Powers.
Oh, this is
Powers
awkward.
a little bit confused, and Hannah Sargent, not wanting to risk anything, will clear that one out. It'll be a kick, or a throw-in, I should say.
Yeah, you could clearly see what Powers was trying to do. She didn't want to touch the ball and just have Sargent go and pick that up, but I think the ball just was rolling a little bit too slow, and put definitely Sargent in an awkward spot there.
That's just what we've been seeing so much. These balls today as going down. It's Goglin. Quick shot fired and sniping it. It's going to be Sarah Foley off the awkward bounce, and she is able to put it in. Getting a hand on it was Sargent, but not enough to kick it and knock it away. And Fire and Ice now up 2-0. They've been nothing if not taking advantage of all the turnovers and opportunities they had. We're going to get a quick substitution here for Columbus. Abby Townsend's coming back on. Coming off, it's going to be Jillian Losey. So another tough break for Columbus, as the Eagles now down 2 goals with 10 minutes left in this first half and some stoppage time. Foley with the goal for Fire and Ice, as Will Coxon moves it forward, getting it to Shope. Shope trying to chase this one down before it reaches the touchline, and again it carries, and that's sort of been the story for the game for the Eagles so far.
Yeah, they've been at least when they're getting into the to the Fire and Ice half here, they've been looking for the ball or the runner that is open, just can't quite connect it. The balls are just rolling a little bit past the target.
So Redden with the goal kick, but it doesn't go that far. Getting ahead on it was Molesky, but Redden will track it right back down. Here comes Donley to apply a little bit of pressure, because we've seen Redden is, taking her time.
Yeah, that she is.
She's been taking her time since the 6-minute mark. Here
Good
comes
win.
Donovan Wall, a great win. Over to Townsend out wide.
They got to take advantage here.
Townsend
Good
swinging
ball.
it forward and
Take
chipped
it.
in, and Columbus strikes first. Well, not first. Columbus
This is their first
gets
goal.
on the board. Yep, strikes for the first time. That's Jordan Fike on the back post to get Columbus on the board and cut that lead in half.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if that was off of Amika Pope or if Fike actually got a touch on that, but she certainly put the kind of pressure that's needed to force that ball in the net there. But the Eagles needed to get one in there. They've been getting in positions on the right side at times. And that cross was perfect from Townsend. Definitely put the defense under pressure there.
So Fike strikes for Columbus, and the Eagles
Here you
are
guys
back
see,
within one.
I think you're seeing a little more pep in the step there. Hopefully this kind of lights a fire in the Eagles.
And it's been interesting, and that was Donley who did a great job just of applying pressure. And credit to Townsend, just put that ball in a dangerous places. We're starting to see a couple bounces going the Eagles' way, most recently on this ball that just went out of play. Now it's back to Goglin. Goglin, a nice turn. She gets it to Wall, who sends it right back to the skipper. Michaela Powers. She going to look to play the long ball? Instead, she slides it outside to Marique Mousset. Back to Townsend. Townsend along the touchline, forward to Donley. And Donley nearly made it two for Columbus. But sliding in there to glove it was the keeper, Redden.
Yeah, I think we're finding something here on the right side here, Bart. Townsend is able to get back behind the Fire and Ice defense there along that right wing. Yeah, they should be feeding her.
And I think crucially too, what you're seeing is they're keeping these crosses lower now.
Yeah.
Even though we were talking about the height advantage that Columbus has over those smaller center backs for Fire and Ice, but they're keeping these ball low and along the turf. Maybe it's because it's taking so many odd bounces, just put it in a dangerous position.
Yeah, good point. I mean, that at least it's doing two things. One, it's keeping the ball in play, or it's not overshooting, their own Eagles players. But then it's also forcing the keeper to make a save. You never know what happens, right? So if the ball comes in hot, maybe it takes an odd bounce, like you're saying, and it deflects off of somebody and it goes in. So. I like seeing the ball on the ground sometimes if you're not able to connect all the time if the ball is is in the air.
So here comes Columbus. They're back within one. 5 minutes left in this half plus some stoppage time. We'll see at least 2 minutes, I assume, because of the water break, but we've seen a lot of subs and not short on goal scoring either, including the most recent one coming off the foot of Jordan Fike.
Switch it. Good.
Powers out to Shope. Shope's going to be able to get in this with this one.
Nice. Well done.
Shope down low along the touchline, trying to cut in and swing it in off that right foot. Wait,
ankles.
Good cut. Left-footed. Rose just above the crossbar, and that one's going to go out of play. Good look there for Shope, and the Eagles looking like they were seeing some signs of life.
Goglin with a great ball across the field, able to play that over the top. That was gorgeous.
So Redden now playing it shorter out of the back. We'll see if Columbus can do a little bit of role reversal as they're looking to try to force some balls played out of the back and get the sit back and get the turnover here. Shope fouled by, I think that was is that Moody out there?
Good question.
We'll see when she turns around.
Right. Yeah. Here we go again. We've seen this from the Eagles. Looks like Michaela Powers is coming here to dump the ball into the box here. So we've talked about the height advantage a couple of times now. Let's see if anything comes of this.
Yep, Michaela Powers standing over it. She is, close to 45 yards or so, give or take, away from goal as she slings it in. Trying to get it down.
Keep it down.
Fired, and she scores! Donovan Wall slots it in. The far side corner, and the Eagles have knotted it up.
Perfect execution.
Absolutely flawless from Donovan Wall and from Columbus. That great ball lobbed in by Powers, and the unselfishness from Columbus. Instead of playing it forward toward net, they left it there at the top of the box for Donovan Wall coming in, and she finessed it in with the side of her foot and picked that corner perfectly.
Yeah, it's so easy to want to just absolutely take a big crack at it, and she did a good job of keeping over the ball and was able to strike it through it into the corner.
The Eagles have come back from trailing 2-0. It is now tied here at Burnlor Stadium. Your Eagles with 2 unanswered goals, Jordan Fike, and most recently Donovan Wall to draw even with Fire and Ice FC. And this is a team that has given up 7 goals all season.
Yeah.
They've given up 2 here in this first half.
There's one thing I was going to call out from that set-piece opportunity. I thought the Eagles did a good job. They had about 3 or 4 people kind of packed in the top, and they had another player behind that, and they also had somewhere we saw it. We saw a wall towards the top of the 18. So they had one person behind for the skip-on header, but then he also had one there for the knockdown. So they had two different kind of opportunities there. I thought that was pretty neat.
The Eagles I mean, it'd be fun to watch some of these practices to see all the different formations that they set up for these dead balls, or we saw that goal kick where, albeit I think there was an offside call where everybody seemed like was right there in the box with the keeper,
Yep.
And then a very nice, well played ball that resulted in a goal for Wall. And now it's Abby Townsend.
Good job.
Who's the
defending
creator
there.
on that first goal for Columbus that came off the foot of Jordan Fike.
Nice.
To Donley. Donley
Here we
ahead
go.
to Wall. Wall
sit
out
in.
wide for
Oh,
Townsend.
no.
Get to that ball. She could not. It carried just a little bit too far. That was a great opportunity for Columbus, and we can't fault Donovan Wall too much, especially after that terrific goal that she just scored. But you would certainly have liked to test the keeper on that one.
Yeah, I would have liked to see a little bit more composure. I think the pass was right, but yeah, just so unfortunate, just overshot that one.
So here's Fike trying to go inside out on Pope. She couldn't. Now it's up with Miller. Loses
Nice look.
it. Donley, good turn. Donley gets it out to Townsend. Townsend will let Marique Mousset track that one down, and she'll get it back from her.
Nice
Now
cut.
Townsend, great cut at the top of the box. Fired into Donley. Donley with it, and she sticks it in. Columbus grabs the lead. They've scored 3 unanswered to go up 3-2 against Fire and Ice. This is the most goals we've seen from Columbus in a half. I think not quite a game, but what an absolutely incredible comeback from the Eagles.
Yeah, Bart, they're playing with great energy right now. I mean, even what we talked about the first half of this game, they've been dominant, but just haven't found the final pass. You talked about it earlier, where these lower crosses have created a lot of problems here for the Fire and Ice back line. And you've got Mousset getting forward. You've got Cheryl Shope getting forward. You see Townsend once again, breaking some ankles while she's laying in the cross. But, yeah, great job. The keeper spilled the beans. Yeah, Donley was right on the spot there.
And Donley has been playing so well. Of course, she started the game at midfield. She's playing up there at the striker position right now, but just the pressure, and then that's a poacher's goal, and that's what you love to see.
Yeah, you've seen here all game. I was about to say she's been playing kind of like a false nine, or someone that is just able to kind of keep the ball moving from side to side. She's able to collect it and keep distributing it to her teammates.
So
she's doing great at it.
It looks like they're going to call a foul there on Donovan Wall, who went in for a tough challenge. No cards to be shown, and none should be.
Here we go. If you're the Eagles, well, God, no, I didn't quite see how much extra time we have here, but we're rolling past it. Don't want to give up a cheap one. Get into the half, get the lead, regroup, see what adjustments you want to make in the second half here.
Absolutely. It's been closing out halves and closing out games that have really been an Achilles heel for Columbus. Let's see if they can close this one out as it's over with Townsend. Townsend fires the ball up. It deflects off a Fire and Ice player, and Townsend's going to let Mousset take this one. And now what's great about this is it's a bad bounce that comes off of Ashley Goglin. Tried to backheel it there, but no one there but for Fire and Ice. Instead, it's Michaela Powers that scoops it up, and she gets it over to Will Coxon. Will Coxon forward to Fike. Fike, who got the
Nice
goal
ball.
scoring started, as she tries to get it outside for Shope. Shope is not going to be able to get this one first. It's going to be Redden. She plays that one straight out of play. It's going to be a throw-in for Columbus, and the Eagles a chance to potentially add another one here. We can't imagine there's too much stoppage time left, but there's got to be at least 1 or 2 minutes outside of the 2 minutes that they're granted for that water break. And here's Fike. Fike back to Donley. Donley fired it over. Oh, she was looking to find Olivia Molesky on that far post.
It's in front. Good.
Back to Will Coxon, but they're going to say that was a foul there from the center back. And Columbus will be eager to get their players back behind the ball, as they've got to, play that one back another 20 yards or so.
Right.
So Columbus, after going down 2-0, has come firing back. 3-2 the score here as we enter the 3rd minute of stoppage time in this first half. But here's Litzinger. She's scored one already.
Good.
That ball, not one of her more dangerous opportunities. And here's Sargent to take the goal kick. Can't imagine too much more time left in this opening half as the Eagles have come back to take the lead. And here's Sargent with a nice long ball out to midfield. Townsend looking to get under it, but first to it instead was Mercedes Schroer. Here's Marique Mousset with the throw-in. She'll play it up for Donovan Wall, who had the 2nd goal, the game-tying goal. As that ball is played out of bounds and another throw, and now we are into the 4th minute of stoppage time. Have to imagine we'll get a whistle here pretty soon. As it's going forward. It looks like 6 minutes of stoppage time we got, so wow.
This is what our birds are telling us here.
Well, that's we trust the birds.
Yeah, well, I guess I didn't take into account the hydration break there.
The hydration break, some goal scoring, and not a shortage of substitutions as well. So the ball is going to be played out of play, but that will be a Columbus throw-in. The Eagles an opportunity to add some more. And I think one of the things we are seeing with this is just that, some of the Eagles have earned some bounces and some breaks throughout the course of this season and throughout the course of this game, and we're seeing them catch a couple of them.
Throw in here.
Over to Fike.
Lucky.
Fike, that ball took a bad bounce off of her cleat.
Well done.
Settled by Goglin.
Yeah.
Nice back heel from Powers back to Goglin. Goglin to Townsend. Townsend,
nice
low cross, but it's going to be cleared out. Not out of danger, though. Goglin chasing it down, and it's going to be cleared out of play by Fire and Ice. But another throw-in, and you said it, keeping this St. Louis team hemmed in their own defending third.
Maybe another. This is probably the last opportunity here, I would assume. About 15 seconds here left in the.
And Powers looking like she's setting up for the long throw, and as long as she can get it.
This is good.
Into the box.
Nice.
Left
lucky.
there. And just no one at the top of the box to throw that or knock that one in. But Mousset with a great. Or was that Townsend? I think that was Townsend.
Hey, I respect that ambition there, Bart.
Absolutely respect that ambition from 10 yards out of the box and putting it on target. She is unable to score, but the Eagles with 3 come from behind goals to go up 3-2 in this half. We are going to take a quick break, and then we will be back with the halftime show. Your Eagles up 3-2 after 45 here on Eagle TV, powered by GCG Bag.
Our city, our team. The Columbus Eagles bring exciting Women's Premier Soccer League action to the capital city. Join the movement with us and bring the family. More fun, more excitement, and a community of fans like no other. Women's soccer is on the move, and the Columbus Eagles are leading the way. Purchase a membership or game day ticket from our website, columbuseaglesfc.com. Fly with us today. Our city, our team. the Columbus Eagles bring exciting Women's Premier Soccer League action to the capital city. Join the movement with us and bring the family. More fun, more excitement, and a community of fans like no other. Women's soccer is on the move, and the Columbus Eagles are leading the way. Purchase a membership or game day ticket from our website, columbuseaglesfc.com. Fly with us today. Our city, our team. The Columbus Eagles bring exciting Women's Premier Soccer League action to the capital city. Join the movement with us and bring the family. More fun, more excitement, and a community of fans like no other. Women's soccer is on the move, and the Columbus Eagles are leading the way. Purchase a membership or game day ticket from our website, columbuseaglesfc.com. Fly with us today. Our city, our team. The Columbus Eagles bring exciting Women's Premier Soccer League action to the capital city. Join the movement with us and bring the family. More fun, more excitement, and a community of fans like no other. Women's soccer is on the move, and the Columbus Eagles are leading the way. Purchase a membership or game day ticket from our website, columbuseaglesfc.com. Fly with us today. Our city, our team. The Columbus Eagles bring exciting Women's Premier Soccer League action to the capital city. Join the movement with us and bring the family. More fun, more excitement, and a community of fans like no other. Women's soccer is on the move, and the Columbus Eagles are leading the way. Purchase a membership or game day ticket from our website, columbuseaglesfc.com. Fly with us today.
Welcome back to Byrne Lore Stadium. Your Columbus Eagles come back in the first half after falling down 2-0. They lead 3-2 after 45 minutes after come-from-behind goals from Jordan Fike, Donovan Wall, and then Alicia Donnelly just in the final minutes of that first half to put Columbus in front, give them their first home lead at the half of this 2021 WPSL season. Bart Logan and Darren Van Paris with you. This is Eagle TV, powered by GCG Bag, the Greater Columbus Golden Boys and Girls, their supporter group / lifestyle brand. Follow GCG Bag on Twitter and Facebook at GCG Bag 96 for all the latest breaking news, thoughtful insight, and informed commentary about soccer here in Columbus, as well
Tweet
as
at us.
all your Josh Williams thirst trap picks. All of them. We want them all.
Need 'em.
Send
We
them
need
your
'em.
way
We need them.
to @GCGBag96. The Greater Columbus Golden Boys and Girls, champions of Mega Tailgate, whatever Mega Tailgate may look like in our new future that we're heading to. Definitely not failing, an official broadcast partner of the Columbus Eagles. We should also mention that these broadcasts and the Eagles all season long are sponsored by our friends at the Nordeck, and the Nordeck memberships are on sale now. They're starting at just $30. You get all the swag, the scarf, the face mask, prints of historic and new Crew Stadium, or we should say lower.com field.
Yes, it's going to be hard to say. That's a mouthful.
It doesn't quite roll off the tongue, but hopefully we'll see some of those dollar rolls go into the team.
The bank rolls. Let's go.
This is a $100 million organization we just saw. But in addition to all that, you're going to get priority access to Nordeck tickets at membership prices. So, for instance, those FC Cincinnati tickets that sold out so quickly, Nordeck got first dibs at those. You also get discounts on merchandise, priority access to Nor on tour trips, access to play at historic Crew Stadium for the Nordeck Cup, and discounts. I like that, Cuppa, and discounts with other Nordeck partners. Again, all the money, it goes to TIFOs, it goes to the tailgates, it goes to away trips, anything to up the lads. And as part of your membership sale this year, we're offering members the option to donate $5 with the purchase. That money goes directly and exclusively to fund all TIFO and other operations, as well as to support the Nordeck Community Assist and Nordeck Family Fund. You can learn more at nordeca.com or swing by the way, lower.com field this afternoon for the Nordeck garage sale ahead of the Crews matchup against Austin FC this evening. But Darren, we've still got a lot of soccer in front of us here in Columbus, and it has been a barn burner. It is a scorcher outside, topping 90 degrees, but even hotter has been the play on the field. Yeah, no, certainly we had talked about it throughout the broadcast. The Eagles have been playing. They've been on the front foot. They've been aggressive. Fortunately, they gave up a couple of goals just on some unfortunate turnovers in their own half, and to give credit to Fire FC, they're able to take advantage of that. But then you saw the last 10 minutes of the first half there. The Eagles were able to create their opportunities, and they're able to convert it. And I think they got out of the half what they probably deserved, which was to be on top. Yeah, we've been talking. The Eagles have gotten so many tough breaks all game long, it seems like. And it's so great to see them kind of take advantage of them. It's also been nice to see, in this case, we saw a couple of the super subs getting involved. Jordan Fike, who got that initial goal, as well as Donovan Wall. And even Alicia Donnelly, she got the start, but she was starting at midfield. By the end of the game, or end of that half, I should say, she was playing up at striker and looking like a poacher, just a natural in that position. Yeah, certainly want to get contributions from everyone that's on the field. Doesn't matter if they're playing the full 90, they're coming in playing 10 minutes. You want to make sure that you're bringing the energy and you're able to fill any roles that Coach Mark Wise has. And speaking of contributions from people, we do not want to forget the Eagles Nest, the official supporter group for the Columbus Eagles. They are always out here making a ruckus, up in the lasses, and that's what it's all about. So shout out to our friends at the Eagles Nest, as well as shout out to that brave soul in the Columbus Eagles mascot uniform. It is got to be a tough one today, topping up 90 degrees, and of course that turf field can be a little bit unforgiving here at Burl Stadium, but they are out there. They are having a good time, getting the kids excited, getting the fans excited. Not that you need it right now with the play on the field, but it is great to get so many different stimuli. Yeah, I think they got here at the halftime deal here with the Eagles. They've got kids come out in the field and shooting goals, or shooting at the goal, I should say. So nice to see the kids getting some interaction there. Yeah, the kids are taking penalties on a former Eagle player and current team operations manager, Summer Borsier. who's taken I don't believe she played too much goal during her playing days, but
Certainly
it's great
doesn't
to see
look
her.
like it there.
All I'm saying is
Just
she
kidding,
would probably
Summer, just kidding.
If it were Darren or I taking those penalties, I don't know that we're taking advantage of those ones.
Maybe not.
Yeah, we'll go to the feed. We'll give the fans what they really want to see, which is, can the little ones beat a former collegiate soccer player? We'll see who we've got next.
Oh man, they're shooting pretty far out here. They've
Yeah.
moved from PKs out to 35 yards out.
It's like the
Or
old
30 yards out. Yeah.
the old MLS penalties. Did he get a running start? What's going on?
Where's Tony Miola?
All right.
Get on frame.
That would have absolutely been me, except I would have fallen straight on my face.
It looks like CJ, my guy rocking the hat. And I think that counts.
Yeah, if you get it on frame, it looks like I'm not sure. That's impressive. And again, you can have this at all your upcoming home Eagles games. Still got one more game left this season coming up on July the 12th. Make sure to come on down here. We'll, of course, and we encourage you to tune into the broadcast. You know what you can do is buy tickets to the game and then just listen to the broadcast on Twitter or on 11, formerly Mike Cujo.
Yep.
So you can listen to us. Bring your headphones so you can listen to the Eagles on the call while you're watching the game in person here. Tickets just $10. You can find out about them and more at ColumbusEaglesFC.com. Darren, any other observations? What do you think Mark Wise is talking to his team about during this half?
Yeah, I think just keeping the same mentality that they had when they started the game. They came out with great energy. They were able to provide pressure against fire and ice. And I think one other thing that we had noticed and talked about was that some of the long balls that they were playing to open players had just the wind was just rolling that ball out of bounds or just carried too far. So maybe we're seeing here with the wind coming against them, maybe some of those balls over the top can kind of stay in play here.
Absolutely. So we just, I think, 1 minute away from kickoff for the second half. So we are going to take a quick commercial break, and then we'll be back with all the second half action here on Eagle TV, powered by GCG Bag.
Our city, our team. The Columbus Eagles bring exciting Women's Premier Soccer League action to the capital city. Join the movement with us and bring the family. More fun, more excitement, and a community of fans like no other. Women's soccer is on the move, and the Columbus Eagles are leading the way. Purchase a membership or game day ticket from our website, ColumbusEaglesFC.com. Fly with us today. Our city, our team. The Columbus Eagles bring exciting Women's Premier Soccer League action to the capital city. Join the movement with us and bring the family. More fun, more excitement, and a community of fans like no other. Women's soccer is on the move, and the Columbus Eagles are leading the way. Purchase a membership or game day ticket from our website, ColumbusEaglesFC.com. Fly with us today.
Back here at Burnlore Stadium in beautiful Bexley, Ohio, home of the Bexley Crusaders, but also home of your Columbus Eagles, and your Eagles with the lead after the initial salvo here. 3-2 the score. Columbus fell behind early, but had come from behind goals. That comeback was ignited by Jordan Fike, the Capital University product, followed by a goal from Donovan Wall to tie it, and then Alicia Donnelly to put the Eagles ahead at the half. First lead the Eagles have carried into the half at home all season long, and they'll look to build off it here in this second half. We've got, looks like Madison Costner is back up at top, Donovan Wall, Jordan Fike, Abby Townsend here on the right. So it looks like Wall will remain in midfield along with Olivia Molesky and Ashley Goglin along the back line. Mousset and Shope, your outside backs, and Will Coxon and Michaela Powers at center back. And, of course, Hannah Sargent, the stalwart between the wickets.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I think this is the group that played the last 10 minutes of the first half. This is all that same crew, minus Donnelly. I think Donnelly and Costner were swapped out here.
I believe you're right. It's going to be Abby Townsend trying to chase one down. She was getting in a good duel there against her opposite number, Mercedes Schroer.
Yeah, I really like Fike and Townsend on the wings here. The Eagles really play a true 4-3-3 for the most part. At least their wingers play pretty high, and that suits Townsend and Fike pretty well. They're able to run behind. I think they put a lot of pressure on these right and left backs.
And what's going to be interesting to watch is, again, how content this Fire and Ice team was just to sit back, to try to pick off passes, force those turnovers, and score on the counter. That's a strategy that works if you're holding on to a lead,
right,
but it can be dangerous if you are trailing, and that's what they are here in the second half. But they do have a lot of talent. This is a team that is not given up too many goals either. They've surrendered just 7 goals coming into this game. They've surrendered 3 just in this last half.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, it's a totally different game. We talked about it a little bit, and you're touching on it here, but yeah, I mean, they wanted nothing to do with the ball for the most part in the first half, and now when you're down, you have to change your style of play. Let's see what they're able to do, but it'll be interesting to see how the Eagles counter.
So Powers getting on the end of that long ball and is able to clear it out. It's on to the foot of Mousset right now. Mousset trying to find Fike. Fike gets it off the bounce. That looked like that might have been a handball. No call coming, as that ball's going to be played out wide. Now trying to slip it in behind Powers, but she will track it back first. Pressuring her was Sofia Hernandez, who's been playing out wide here on the left side. Hernandez able to break that one up, but tracking it down, it's going to be Goglin. Goglin back to Donovan Wall, one of the goal scorers for Columbus. Powers over to Will Coxon now. And it's along with Cheryl Shope.
Well done.
To Molesky. Good give and go. Shope.
Yep. Good ball.
Forward for Townsend. She's got room to run, but I think she's going to be beat to that one. And it's going to be played into the box, onto the goalkeeper, Redden. Redden boots it up ahead. And a nice flick there from Fire and Ice, but it's Columbus that gets it. Molesky.
Good.
Switches it, getting it wide there to Mousset. Mousset lob into the box, but coming in and gloving it. And actually looks like there might have been a substitution at keeper there, unless Redden took off the rec specs. We've got another one, Casey Hartman, I believe.
I think you're right. Yeah, you can't dismiss the rec specs. Those are pretty identifiable. So I think you're right. I think we saw a change here.
So usually, you see a lot of substitutions in WPSL matches, not usually at the goalkeeper position, at least if you can avoid it. You wonder if that was just, a case of, we know that FC Fire and Ice, or Fire and Ice SC rather, also played a game yesterday, so this might just be a rotation. It might be because of the goals that were conceded, although, again, I don't know that I would pin any of those particularly on the keeper versus the rest of the defenders. They're going to say that
I think she was. I think she was offside.
That was Townsend who could not time her run. Or rather, sorry, that was Costner. Townsend's over here on the right side, but
Yeah.
Fike and Townsend have been moving pretty fluidly.
Right.
So it's going to be Hartman here with the goal kick off the restart. And Hartman does look like she might have a little bit more power in those goal kicks. There's a nice ball scooped in for Fike from Olivia Molesky. Fike trying to find Columbus, as that was, I think, Townsend in the box. But here comes Fire and Ice up ahead. It's with Litzinger. Litzinger, she's so dangerous, scored the opening goal and fires this one, but not too much trouble there for Sargent.
I think you're content there with the Eagles if someone's shooting about, 25 yards out from goal?
Oh, absolutely.
20 yards out from goal and you have 3 players around them, I think they'll live with that if that goes in.
Yep, if you're Mark Wise, you want to,
Nice
you don't want that to go in, but you'll certainly settle for those opportunities rather than the opportunities that they were giving away on the 2 goals that Fire and Ice was able to score, because both of those came off of Columbus turnovers.
You got it, no doubt.
Marique Mousset trying to get it over to Goglin. It's going to go out of bounds off of Fire and Ice player, and now it's Costner playing it down.
She does so well here.
Look at her battling through.
Unfortunate.
That pass, though, left a little bit to be desired, and she'd be the first to tell you.
Got Litzinger coming off here and Regan Moody coming in.
Interesting. As far as I can tell, Litzinger is the only forward, at least, that we've seen that labeled as a forward. But we see this a lot with the Eagles, too, where there's just so much flexibility. Because here's Townsend. Townsend, low cross, but it's going to be broken up there by Schroer. And it's going to be a corner kick here coming for Columbus. 6 minutes into this second half as the Eagles lead 3-2 and looking to add another. It's going to be Abby Townsend to take this one.
Here we go again. They're doing this thing where they're crowding the keeper and they're all on one line. Looks like they're going to try and loop some people back.
Notably, Donovan Wall left, though, at the edge of the box, and she scored that second goal for Columbus as that goes off the foot of Marique Mousset. Took a bad bounce, but she was there waiting for it. She scored that second goal from just outside the box as well.
Yep.
So Schroer plays it back to Sokol, and now it's over with Kampf.
That's good.
Kampf skies it out of play. Is that going to jump over the fence? No, stays in. But it's going to be a throw in here.
People over there.
Yeah. These ball girls they've had their work cut out for her.
No doubt.
And credit to them. They don't get subbed out.
All right, they don't get subbed out, and they're out there in the heat run around too.
So nice here comes Fire and Ice, but Goglin able to track that one down. She gets it to Morgan Wilcoxon. Wilcoxon ahead to Goglin. Goglin splitting a couple defenders and finds Costner. Costner walking out wide to Townsend. Townsend, she'll leave it there for Mousset. Mousset's got a low cross here. Ooh, that one goes off, and that took a bad bounce. Are they going to – okay.
I don't know about that one.
I thought that might have been a goal kick, but it looks like the corner will be awarded to Columbus, and we will take it, folks.
Yep. Hey.
As it's going to be Abby Townsend to get it. And notably, not too much, argument from the Fire and Ice player, and that might be telling in and of itself.
Sure, certainly. I wonder if they're playing it short here.
So Townsend
into
the box. Getting ahead on it was Molesky, but she wasn't able to get it under it and on frame, so that'll sail out of play. We'll get a goal kick coming. Here we are into the 9th minute into this second half, the 54th minute overall. Columbus a 3-2 lead.
I think if there's one thing that you're seeing here from Hartman compared to Redden for Fire and Ice is that she definitely has a stronger leg. I don't know if that has anything to play with that change there, but could be.
And speaking of strong legs, a good shot there on frame from Sarah Foley. She scored the second goal for Fire and Ice, but this one, Hannah Sargent was able to get between her and that net. And now it's going to be Townsend. Townsend played up to Powers. Now it's Mousse with
really
it. I'm
weird
sorry.
bounce there.
That was goggling. That ball slips through. Here's Costner with it. Costner back to Wall. Wall lobs it up. Fike's got room to run with it. No. Ooh, disagree with that one. It looked like Fike was onside when Wall played that one up, but the linesman disagrees.
Got a substitution here for the Eagles. It looks like we've got
Mousse coming off for Whitaker, I think.
Whitaker, you got it, yes.
So it's Fire and Ice with the ball as play resumes. They trail, though, to your Columbus Eagles. It's Amiko Pope with it on the right side. Gets it up for Foley. Foley trying to slide it up to Moody, but it's broken up by Columbus. Now Pope leaping over Jordan Fike. That's going to be a foul. And it'll be Wilcoxon with it when play resumes. Wilcoxon back to Powers. Powers taking the room to run.
Nice.
Gets it. Ooh, that was a good ball played, and if she could have got it just over that last line, Jordan Fike would have been in all alone. Whitaker chasing that one down.
Good ball.
And now it's with Townsend. Townsend coming along the right wing side. Fired it in. Yeah. Trying to curl that one over for Fike. Townsend, though, I mean, she sent at least 6 or 7 crosses into the box today. Greg Berhalter would be proud.
Yeah. 3G, love you.
Oh, yeah, we love 3G. We love Mark Wise, too. Thank him and all our friends here at the Columbus Eagles. Love to get that dub more than anything. Don't care how you get it off the crosses or what it may be, as Abby Townsend loses that one, but it's going to be cleared out of play, so Columbus will get the ball once again. And here's Mariah Whitaker.
Yeah, we're seeing these long balls definitely not carry as much, and at least giving the Eagles players an opportunity to make a play on the ball.
So here's Costner with it, backing into the box.
Nice find.
Gets it to Goglin. Goglin. Play back to a release valve there with Mariah Whitaker. Cutting in toward the center. She was looking to find Olivia Molesky there. I don't know if Molesky was onside. As it's going to be Wilcoxon now with this ball for Columbus at the midfield line.
Good.
Playing it back, and Hannah Sargent will chase that one, get up to it, a little bit outside of her box. Columbus with a 3-2 lead here in the 58th minute. Ball's moved up ahead. Wow. Here's Townsend with it off the nice bounce. Townsend coming down the right side, swings it in for Fike. Oh, and Fike just missing on that one. A golden opportunity for the Eagles to go up 2 on an absolutely electrifying cross there from Abby Townsend. But Fike
those
just
are frustrating when those go by, because it's at an awkward height where it's hip height, so you've got to get your foot up and the ball's traveling. I mean, Townsend hit that pretty hard, but it's always like, maybe if you just fell on it.
yeah, just kind of.
But yeah, it certainly makes it awkward for an ongoing player towards the goal. Great opportunity there for the Eagles. And
again, you have to think though, keep playing those balls, because this Fire and Ice team, a long bus ride out here, as it's going to be played out. That should be I guess it's going to be a goal kick.
Nothing.
We will withhold judgment for the time being, as it's going to be booted, skied far and ahead, as Molesky gets ahead on it, but she wasn't able to settle it. It's going to go out of play. Miko Pope, I should say, with the throw-in. And now Cheryl Shope will take it for Columbus. Getting it forward to Costner. Nice ball. It's with Whitaker to Townsend. Townsend leaving in some space, but
like
no one quite there for Columbus. Good move there by Sofia Hernandez. That ball took a bounce off the noggin there of Moody. Goglin trying to get it up for Costner, who didn't maybe quite see that until, or wasn't able to react until the tail end, and it was broken up by Fire and Ice. But Columbus looking calm and looking in control here as we enter the 60th minute. They lead 1-0, or lead by 1 goal. The score is 3-2. That ball is going to slide just out of play, and it's going to be there for a goal kick. It looked like they might have been able to get a throw-in off of it, but ended up crossing about 3 yards before that corner.
Yeah, I think if you're the Eagles, you're only up 1 goal, so I like that they're being aggressive. I also think that there could be sometimes maybe for just a little bit more patience, trying to find that right pass if it's not there. Make Fire and Ice defend and come and chase the game a little bit.
Fire and Ice with it off the turnover there from, I believe that was Serena Deerig, who's trying to find it. And now here comes the St. Louis-based team.
Nice.
Broken up there. Cheryl Shope, good interception. She is fouled.
Maybe not, apparently.
Okay. Agree to disagree, as it's Michaela Powers off a dangerous pass there from Will Coxon. Threaded that needle. Now it's with Mariah Whitaker. Whitaker with some space coming on the right side.
That's it.
Lobs it ahead for Fike. Fike tried to get that one, but it's going to be the keeper, not Redden, Hartman, who's able to get the glove on it. Fike made sure no foul. And a booming drop kick there from the keeper all the way into the box of Hannah Sargent. Sargent will elect to play a short pass out to Will Coxon instead. It's Deerig trying to get it settled. Sends it back to Will Coxon. Powers. Michaela Powers taking the dribble up a couple times. Tried to fire a pass forward for Jordan Fike, who we're seeing almost play a little bit more. It looks like it's been Madison Costner kind of sliding back a bit more, and Fike almost into two strikers set, although now Fike is coming off and coming back on as Deja Sweetheart. So Fike has been strong coming off as a super sub. Got the comeback started in that first half. And now she comes off here about halfway through this second half. I shouldn't say halfway, about a third of the way through. Shot there. Not quite on target for Fire SC. Fire and Ice SC. See, folks, I promise we didn't have that many Game of Thrones references. I'm just, I'm kind of stumped for any other ones. So,
let's make sure mark here. Good.
Nice clearance from Powers. And Mariah Whitaker following it up. But Fire and Ice with it. They continue to maintain a bit of possession. More possession here in this half than we've saw from them in the past. It was Courtney Vollmer with it right now. Vollmer trying to get it out to Foley, who had one earlier, but that's going to sail out of play. It's going to be a goal kick coming. And Columbus, it's Alicia Donnelly coming back on. She'll come on for Olivia Molesky. Donnelly has the go-ahead goal for the Eagles. And, of course, pairing up there with Madison Costner, a formidable duo. Because I suspect she will play in a little bit more of the advanced role, allow Serena Dierig and Ashley Goglin to play more of the holding defensive position. Is a good ball up ahead for Townsend from Goglin. Townsend coming in, swinging it over. Ooh, that was Donnelly who couldn't quite get her foot over that one to put it on frame. But another dangerous and just immediately making her presence known. So here's Whitaker to Townsend. Ball no-look flicked up, and it was flicked right out for Ashley Goglin, who's guys in. Here's Dierig with the puck, ball loose. Oh, my goodness.
You got to be kidding me.
That wasn't, sorry, it wasn't Dierig. That was Deja Sweetheart who had the opportunity there, and the chances are not gone yet as it's into the box once again, Sale. This is utter chaos.
That's a good
and
word
now
for
it's going to go out of play, but, oh, my goodness, a couple golden opportunities for the Eagles. As, again, I think they need to just employ that Abby Townsend, swing the ball in low around the box and see what happens.
Yeah, Deja Sweetheart did a good job of putting the goalkeeper under pressure without fouling. You know, usually the refs are always quick to pull the trigger on any sort of contact whatsoever. But she did a good job of just getting in the way, didn't make any contact, and the keeper spilled the beans again, a different keeper this time, but fortunately, wasn't able to get the ball to go in or get a touch on it. But great action from the Eagles there.
Deja Sweetheart, product at Ashland. She got Freshman of the Year in Ashland's division her first season out of Belleville, Ohio.
Belleville.
And here is the aforementioned Deja Sweetheart drawing a corner kick. It looks like now they're going to say that went off her last, and it will be a goal kick for Casey Hartman. So we're into the 67th minute. Columbus a 3-2 lead. The goal scoring has slowed down a little bit in the second half, and for Columbus, you don't mind that so much as long as you can play some lockdown D.
That's right. Yeah, and I think they have for the most part here, right? Like, I haven't recalled anything in this half where Fire and Ice have looked real threatening. They've taken a couple shots from deep, but other than that, I mean, they've done a good job marking. Like we talked a little bit about Fire and Ice having a little bit more possession this half, but I think if you're the Eagles, you continue to stay behind the ball, make them make some plays to get behind, but they've done a good job marking.
Couple substitutes coming on. It is, I think, Serena Dierig and Abby Townsend coming off. Jillian Losey and making her debut this game, Alyssa Wright coming on.
First time I've seen Alyssa here.
It looks like Wright will slot into that holding midfield position next to Ashley Goglin. We mentioned Donnelly playing a little bit more advanced in that midfield, the traditional 10 position, or the advanced playmaking midfielder.
It looks like maybe a little more of a 4-2-3-1 formation here from the Eagles.
That ball is going to be played up. Will Coxon
taking
a good angle on it. Ooh, that's going to go out, though, for a corner. As it looked like Will Coxon had that settled all right, but then that ball took an awkward skip. And
yeah, at the very least, just get rid of it, right?
Yep, when in doubt.
Live to fight another day.
And Columbus does have the height advantage here in the box. We haven't seen this. May be the first corner
Yeah, I think it
for
is.
Fire and Ice. And
I think that should be a goal kick. Here you go.
Yep. So not much of an opportunity. It went off of Moody, but Moody wasn't able to get that anywhere near frame. So Columbus with the goal kick coming. And Hannah Sargent marshaling her
I wonder
defenders.
if she's looking to play out the back here. I can't quite tell.
That's what I'm thinking. Yep,
Yeah.
she plays it short there to Michaela Powers, who gets it right back to her. Now Sargent will swat it up ahead. Costner, good header forward to Sweetheart. Sweetheart gets it, just not quite as far ahead, but a nice ball moved forward for Jillian Losey to get under it. Losey getting it settled along the touch line, pops it up into the center, but it's going to fall right on top of the netting, and it'll be a goal kick there. Great recovery there after the ball from Deja Sweetheart was just a little bit behind, but able to get it over to Losey, who was able to get that cross. Ultimately, not the cross maybe she wanted, but nonetheless, not a bad opportunity.
Looks like the ref wants to get the ball out of the top of the net there.
Yeah, might need the
ball
keeper Hartman to help.
Yeah, wasn't quite tall enough. Maybe in a couple of years. Little hydration break here, Bart.
Yes, they should. And if you're watching at home, you should take a minute here for a hydration break as well. But don't step away from your screen, because we want you to support all our sponsors here as you're watching Eagle TV, powered by GCG Bag.
Our city, our team. The Columbus Eagles bring exciting Women's Premier Soccer League action to the capital city. Join the movement with us and bring the family. More fun, more excitement, and a community of fans like no other. Women's soccer is on the move, and the Columbus Eagles are leading the way. Purchase a membership or game day ticket from our website, columbuseaglesfc.com. Fly with us today. Our city, our team. The Columbus Eagles bring exciting Women's Premier Soccer League action to the capital city. Join the movement with us and bring the family. More fun, more excitement, and a community of fans like no other. Women's soccer is on the move, and the Columbus Eagles are leading the way. Purchase a membership or game day ticket from our website, columbuseaglesfc.com. Fly with us today.
And we're back here at Bernlohr Stadium. Your Columbus Eagles leading 3-2 here in the 73rd minute. All 5 goals came in that first half. The Eagles fell behind 2-0 early, but came back. That comeback was initiated with a goal from Jordan Fike, goals from Donovan Wall, and then the go-ahead from Alicia Donnelly. It's been scoreless in this second half. Bart Logan and Darren Van Paris on the call here on Eagle TV, powered by GCG Bag.
It's like Fire and Ice made a substitution here. Sophia Hernandez comes back on for Abigail Miller.
It's Powers with it right now. And, yeah, it was a terrific ball from Michaela Powers to get it to Cheryl Shope. Shope getting it, trying to find Sweetheart. And that was Costner who ended up with it. Here's Shope once again. Stepping over. looking to get that one slid in, and that ball might cross out of play. It will, and I think that's going to be, is that going to be a corner? They're going to say no. It's a goal kick.
Bard, let me ask you a question. So do you think that Cheryl Shope kind of reminds you of Pedro Santos a little bit, like her movements?
Oh, yeah, I like that.
Same number. Don't want to bring the crew too much on this broadcast. But
left back who's not afraid to get in.
Yeah, I kind of just feel like her movements and just how hard she plays, I feel like it's just kind of like similar style of player.
No, I think that's a good comparison.
Love the Sanch.
Oh, yes. And we love Cheryl Shope here, too. She's so fun to watch. This entire Eagles team. And the wing backs, and I like the way that Mark Wise, and it's not just Mark Wise, and I apologize, I do not have the name for the Eagles coach at the top of my head, but I love the way he deploys these wing backs and really allows them to get involved.
Yeah.
As here's one of the other ones, Marie Mousset.
Yeah, certainly one. I mean, to your point, I mean, it's nice seeing that, if you have better, if you have good players, make sure you're using their full capabilities. Mousset and Cheryl Shope go forward real well. They're really tactically, they're very strong. So love to see it.
Well, and as well the way, with the entire defense they allowed, and maybe that has been I don't know that it's been the defense's propensity to get involved on the attacking side of the ball that has led to the Eagles' string of poor results for the balance of this season.
Right.
But you do like to see, Michaela Powers also will often jump in the attack or play a nice long ball. And you've got she's usually paired with someone like a Will Coxon who's, more apt to stay back and be that calming presence there. But it's been a fun to watch all season long for the Eagles, and especially fun today as they've got a lead.
Absolutely.
Here's Deja Sweetheart stepping over that ball.
Like seeing
Miko
this.
Pope comes into pressure, but she just uses the opportunity to get it to Shope. Shope forward to Costner. No flag up from the linesman. It's Costner.
Making it difficult for
they're going to call a foul on her there.
Lauren Camphy. Or Kampf. Sorry, Lauren. Wish we had a pronunciation here for you. I think one thing that the Eagles are going to have to watch for, we've seen Fire and Ice play a little bit more direct, just playing over the top. Got to make sure they're communicating well, tracking runners, being able to handle the ball as well when they are the ball's getting knocked back down. So I think something just to watch here.
And now we're watching as Fire and Ice with a good opportunity here. Moody over and tracked well there by Hannah Sargent. She gloved it, no trouble with it.
Eagles she needed coach, to there, Bart.
Yeah, absolutely. She absolutely, because you had a couple, I think that was Foley coming in on that backside if she had done anything but handle it perfectly. Eagles coach Matt Ogden. So apologies there as I was having a brain freeze. But Matt has been doing a terrific job here. And Mark Wise when he has had to fill in too. Both this entire Eagles coaching staff top notch.
Unlucky. Good.
There's Ashley Goglin breaking it up, earning some luck for herself. Gets it outside to Losi. Losi coming in on the attack, cutting in. Now leaves it for Costner. Costner, good turn. She's pushed outside, but that ball's going to squirt out of no, not quite. Good recovery there from Fire and Ice. I believe that was Lauren Kampf.
Kampf, yeah. We're going to stay with Kampf here. Looks like we got a trio of Eagles players coming in here.
So Shope coming off. We don't see her come off too often, but Mariah Whitaker coming in.
Yeah, Molesky, Whitaker, Wall. It's like another one's coming in here. And
so Wall coming in for Costner. That would probably push Donnelly up top.
Yep. I think they're making them wait. Looks like that is. Well,
I think Alyssa Wright was coming off.
I don't know who 22 is. Maybe we'll hear that from our PA announcer here. Bram.
But we'll have to wait until at least the next stoppage. But so Whitaker
here we go.
Coming on for Cheryl Shope. Donley, Wall on for Costner, pushing Donley up top. And I believe Alyssa Wright came off, and it was Molesky coming back on.
Good. Unlucky.
Ball sky
Gotta go.
all the way,
Okay.
and ooh, this ball fortunately will carry into the box, and Hannah Sargent is able to handle it.
Looked a little dicey there for a second.
We are into the 80th minute. Columbus with a 1-goal lead, 3-2 the score here at Bernlohr Stadium.
Carry it. Good.
Olivia Molesky fumbles with it a little bit, but is able to get back a hold of it and gets it over to Whitaker. Now it's with the skipper, Goglin. Goglin plays it back to Powers. Powers looking for the long ball. She's trying to find Olivia Molesky, but it's going to bounce into the waiting arms of Casey Hartman. Hartman right on the edge of the box there when she took it. And here's Marique Mousset. Back to Wilcoxon. Goglin now. Moves it to Donley. Donley gets inside, but that ball just slid out of bounds. And now we will get that last sub of those 4 subs they're trying to get in. It looks like it is going to be Ashley Goglin coming off. And Olivia Neihart coming on for Columbus.
See Abigail Miller come back on for Fire and Ice.
And it's Foley with it for Fire and Ice right now. She got past Mousset, but her pass there was picked off by Michaela Powers. Losi looking to lob it up ahead for Donley. Here's Losi with it as she skipped over that sliding tackle. Now it's Donley. Donley sending it in just a little bit too low. Not enough power on that one for it to create any trouble for the keeper. And here comes Brianna Hatfield. Hatfield's pass took a bounce off Neihart, but it was a fortuitous one for Fire and Ice. Now Will Coxon is able to get that one up, but yeah, it took a awkward bounce off Marique Mousset. It's going to be a throw-in now for Fire and Ice, just along about 15 yards out from goal, at the goal line. Foot race here as it's going to be played out of play by Columbus. Donovan Wall went for that ball with some authority. And we got a substitution coming on. Kylie Petrowski coming back on, and Brianna Hatfield off for Fire and Ice as they have a Columbus has a throw-in coming up here. We are into the 83rd minute. We had, 6 minutes of stoppage time in that first half. Of course, that was had buoyed by 3 goals, or 5 total goals, 3 for Columbus. So far, no goals in this second half. Is another opportunity from Fire and Ice from 15 yards out is about 15 yards wide. And Abby Townsend coming back on. Alicia Donley coming off, and this will be interesting to see who slides up into the striker position.
Yeah, because we've seen more of the striker kind of being the individual be able to have hold up play, but we'll see how the Eagles get set up here.
Well, it looks like Townsend moved out wide quickly, and so Jillian Losi may be sliding in, or is Losi? It's not quite clear. It'll be interesting
we'll
to
find
see.
Out. Yeah,
we'll see how they end up setting up here, and I suspect this group of personnel, it might be a bit short-lived. I would not be surprised to see Madison Costner or Alicia Donley come back on here before this game is over.
Oh,
as Molesky loses that one. Litzinger up a forward to Moody. Moody drops it back for Vollmer. Now Fire and Ice forced to play it back into their own half. Shorter. Up ahead And it's Foley again with it. Foley out wide to the far side with Miko Pope. Trying to slide it ahead for Hatfield, but
Get out.
it's going to be Whitaker who tracks it down. She'll let it, though, wisely roll out of play for the goal kick here. And we do have a substitute coming. It's going to be Cheryl Shope coming back on for Mariah Whitaker. So Columbus here with a 1-goal lead. All 5 goals, including the 3 Columbus goals, 3 unanswered Columbus goals, came in the first half. Both teams short, I wouldn't say it's been mistake-free soccer, but you certainly have not seen those opportunities gifted to one another that we saw in that first half. But here's an opportunity coming for Columbus as Abby Townsend is coming in with some speed on that right side, cutting in along the top of the box, tried to take the shot there with that left foot, but it deflects off a Fire and Ice player. It's Foley navigating through some traffic and moving it outside to Miko Pope. Pope up forward trying to find Moody. That ball skies out of play, and it's going to be a throw in here for Fire and Ice as we're into the 86th minute. Olivia Molesky with it for Columbus. Molesky back to Michaela Powers. Powers turning up the field. Long ball. She's looking to find Deja Sweetheart. Sweetheart couldn't get ahead on it, but she was able to slow it down there for Nyhart. Here's Olivia Nyhart outside the box looking to swing in across. Trying to track that one down is Townsend. It's over to Wall. Wall! Not able to get that one on frame. She was looking for her second. She scored the second goal for the Eagles from an almost identical position, but wasn't quite able to get the look that she got that first time around in that first half.
Yeah, certainly. You're saying right around the same area. I like the little drop-off pass from Townsend, but yeah, not quite the same power as the first time around.
A little bit of confusion there for Fire and Ice as a couple of players ran into each other. I think that was Kylie Petrosky. And now we've got another substitute coming. On comes Brianna Hatfield. Off comes Courtney Volmer. Volmer, of course, one of the defenders on there is Petrosky gets dumped there, and it's going to be Abby Townsend with it now. Townsend to Nyhard. Nyhard ahead to Sweetheart, who had a nice little flick, but no one there from Columbus to run onto it. 87th minute now. Skied by the keeper, but Olivia Molesky will get under it and traps it down. Gets it over to Marique Mousset, who shoves the defender off of her. Foley putting the pressure
Certainly is.
As Coach Matt Ogden signaling to his team forward. Deja Sweetheart will do that. Nice give and go there between Sweetheart and Townsend. Sweetheart swings it in, but it's going to be gobbled up by Hartman. Hartman swings it over to Miko Pope, who's got room to run. Yep, a lot of space for the right back. She cuts her way toward the center of the park, sliding it onto the foot of Petrosky. Petrosky's pass is headed away by Powers. Powers again with the clearance, but Hatfield has it for Fire and Ice. Hatfield trying to find Moody, but she was unable to. It's back with Pope. Over now with it, it's Kampf. Flicked in off the head, but settled by the keeper.
This is where we take our time here, Bart.
Absolutely. That's where that karma comes from Bailey Redden in that first half, when it looked like she was starting to slow things down here about 6 minutes in when they got that initial goal. Now Hannah Sargent with some gamesmanship of her own is Olivia Nyhart, who's looked good here as a late sub.
Certainly getting herself in the right spots, no doubt.
Speaking of right spots, there's Abby Townsend with it. That speed
Have
to
it.
split the defenders. She is fouled in the box.
Thank you,
And
Ref.
a penalty is coming. He points to the spot. Well earned by Abby Townsend. The Eagles with a chance to double their lead. A penalty is coming.
For me, Bart, she's been the most dangerous player on the field. She's been able to run behind. I think she's playing the 9 spot. But she's able to get behind every single time the ball's going towards her. She's been just incredibly active today.
And it's Michaela Powers who is going to take the penalty kick.
Yep.
The center back, but the dead ball specialist for this Eagles team, lining up, going against Casey Hartman. The Eagles with a chance to make it 4-2 to cement this lead and this win. It would be their first home one as we are in the 90th minute. Powers.
Nice.
She scores! Powering it in is Michaela Powers going top right corner and giving the Eagles.
Top bins.
Oh, we love it. The Eagles a 4-2 lead here. Surely enough to take home the dub.
Yeah, no doubt, Bart. They've been the better. I think that this score is reflective of how the game's been going so far. That was just a cherry on the top. Abby Townsend creating that PK opportunity, and we've seen Michaela Powers playing long balls over the top. It's nice to see her get a goal there.
Absolutely. This Eagles team, it is good to see them rewarded because they have been playing, especially in this game, but we've seen, in past games, just the poor luck that they have had. And that's not to say, that all the losses can be chalked up to luck, but just a couple weeks ago where a tie stolen from them at the death. And they seem to have learned from this and learned how to close teams out, because this is a Fire and Ice team that has given up just 7 goals coming into the game. More than half that total they've given up in this one. 4 goals the Eagles have scored against a team that was averaging just 1 goal against.
Well, I also think that something that the Eagles have done here is that they've cleaned up a lot of the silly turnovers in their own half. I mean, and you've seen it. I mean, the Fire and Ice haven't had any real opportunities whatsoever the second half. Granted, to say the Eagles may play a little bit more conservative, but they've been in the right spot defensively. They haven't given the ball and create quick transition opportunities, and they're being rewarded for it. So, you put into the game also what you're able to. If you don't give the other team easy opportunities, it's definitely gonna help it for sure.
So it's out here with Jordan Fike to play this
battle.
one out here as we're entering the 93rd minute almost. It's Cheryl Shope with it for Columbus. Now to
Nice.
Molesky, back to Shope. Shope with some room trying to slide it up to Fike here, who was looking for her second. The Eagles are not taking their foot off the accelerator. And that's,
Why not?
don't stop what's working.
Right.
Here's Emiko Pope back to Hatfield. Hatfield forward, and now it's played back on to Schur. Back to Kampf. To
Good.
Pope, but her outstretched leg is unable to get a piece of that. It's going to be a throw-in for Columbus. I did not catch the amount of stoppage time. Again, I cannot imagine it was, much more than in that first half, although the penalty there in the 89th minute could have added on a couple more minutes. I'd suspect somewhere in the ballpark of 4 to 5 minutes, which includes also that water stoppage, the hydration break. So we're entering the 94th minute, the 4th minute of stoppage time, as it's Petrosky with it. Back to Schur. Just 3 defenders out there for Fire and Ice.
It's good from the Eagles, not letting them have direct access in the middle of the field, making them play the ball side to side.
Will Coxon heading it down. It's Foley with it. Foley trying to get it to Litzinger, but it's broken up there by Michaela Powers. Powers to Olivia Molesky, back to Powers, who scored on that penalty just minutes ago to make it a 4-2 game in Columbus's favor. It's out now wide on the foot of Brianna Hatfield. Over here for Petrosky, but that ball is going to slide out of play for a goal kick.
Yeah.
And we're getting close to this 94th minute. Linesman keeping an eye on his watch. Referee as well is marshaling the players down the field is Hannah Sargent. She's looking to send this one as far away from net as she can. Headed up. Now it's left for Litzinger.
Nice.
But played back there smartly by Goglin. Another ball lobbed forward. Townsend was trying to get ahead on it to flick it behind for Fike. Now it's Shope. Shope to Townsend. Townsend. Nice little sidestep there against Amiko Pope. Gets it back out wide to Cheryl Shope. We are now approaching the 95-minute mark as Shope coming in on that left wing. Quick cut. Another shot fired on. A save there, losing that ball initially, and she had to track it back and get it, was Kaylee Hartman, the keeper. This game has to be coming to a close here at any moment now as Shope gets it, but not after the final whistle. The Eagles with 4 unanswered goals to come from behind and snatch a 4-2 lead. What do we say to the loss? Not today for the Columbus Eagles. We will take a quick break and then be back to wrap this one up. Your Eagles, the winners today on Eagle TV.
Our city, our team. The Columbus Eagles bring exciting Women's Premier Soccer League action to the capital city. Join the movement with us and bring the family. More fun, more excitement, and a community of fans like no other. Women's soccer is on the move, and the Columbus Eagles are leading the way. Purchase a membership or game day ticket from our website, columbuseaglesfc.com. Fly with us today.
Here at Burnlor Stadium, the Columbus Eagles, a comeback win for the ages, Darren Van Paris, as they fall behind early in that first half, 2-0, but 4 unanswered goals capped off by a penalty from Michaela Powers there in the waning minutes of the game to pick up their first home win of the season. It's now 2 wins in their last 3 games, starting to get hot at the right time here if they want to try to make some noise and climb their way back up the ladder and into the playoffs conversation here in the WPSL's Midwestern Division. You got to do it against the good teams, Darren.
Yep.
You got to beat the good teams. And Fire and Ice is as strong a team as we've seen, as strong an opponent as the Eagles have faced this season. They won 6-0 against the Eagles on their home turf earlier, but a terrific comeback win today.
Yeah, I think this is the strongest performance we've seen from the Eagles since we've been broadcasting so far. You saw it. I mean, they were just up and down the flanks the entire game. Defense was really well organized, and they played a complete game. So props to the Eagles coming back, and they've dropped a couple, but they said we've won 2 out of the past 3. They've been building some good momentum. So hopefully they can keep continuing with that.
So we mentioned, we've talked about Jordan Fike, the goal to get the Eagles back on, get them on the board, cut the 2-0 lead in half, followed by goal from Morgan Wall, then Alicia Donnelly to put the Eagles in front, and then, of course, capped off with the Michaela Powers PK, drawn by Abby Townsend. Yep. And I'm wondering, Darren, I have a suspicion I know who your woman of the match is, but who was your pick?
Abby Townsend, for sure. She was an integral part in, I think at least, definitely two or three of the definitely two. I can't remember if there was a third one, but she's been really did a great job getting up and down the right side, creating opportunities for her teammates, creating great crosses. We talked about in the beginning of the game, instead of maybe that over the top ball and the cross hitting ahead, getting ahead to it. She was putting the ball in the box and making the keeper make saves. You got an awkward bounce from one of them, which was opportunistic for Donnelly, and then also for Fike as well. So, and then she created the PK for for Michaela Powers. So I thought that she was by far the best player on the field.
Absolutely, Abby Townsend. She's one of those players where we've seen so many glimpses of it. She's created so many chances, and I think one of those differences was when they started going for those lower crosses, and the Eagles were able to take advantage of a couple of them, but also earning some good bounces, because they've had some bad bounces go the other way, including on a couple of those goals that were scored by Fire and Ice. But what a gutsy performance for Columbus, especially after going down 2-0.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a tough go at it. Let's just be objective for the first part of this season. You go down 2-0 in your own own stadium after a couple turnovers, but they didn't quit. They didn't put their heads down. They kept confidence. They kept going at Fire and Ice, and you saw the results. So they were able to stick with it and got the dub.
And importantly, it's a great win for the fans here, for the Eagles Nest, who have been here up in the lasses all season long. Love to see them get a win in front of the home crowd. Of course, we love bringing you all the action here on GCG Bag TV. You should follow GCG Bag on Twitter and Facebook at GCG Bag 96 for all our breaking news, thoughtful insight, informed commentary, and of course, Josh Williams Thirst Trap Pictures. But really what we're here for is this Eagles game, and we are here thanks in large part as well to our friends at the Nordeca. Nordeca are official sponsors of the Columbus Eagles, and membership packages are on sale now, starting at just $30. Head to nordeca.com for all the information. You also get exclusive access, in addition to all the goodies, including the lower.com official print. You've got access to pre-sale tickets for Nordeca. You've got tickets to Nor on Tour. And you've got all sorts of great events that are going on as crew are getting ready to move into their new stadium. You can head down later this afternoon after you're done and we're done with the broadcast, down to the Nordeck gear sale to help support the Nordeck and support the Nordeck family fun and all the chicanery that all those folks get into here. But we're really, we don't want to talk too much about the crew, because this has been such a capstone win for the Eagles here. What other thoughts, what sort of momentum can Columbus build off of and create some momentum from this win to get back in the Midwestern Conference this year? Yeah,
I mean, I think if you beat one of the top teams in the league, you can build off of that, right? So, keeping staying in practice, continuing to work on maybe some of those small little details where the turnovers have happened in their own half to create the opportunities for Fire and Ice. But ultimately, I think it's more of the same, continuing to provide pressure on the flanks, using your center forwards to help possess and get the ball wide as well. But I think that there's definitely some opportunities to build off here, and hopefully at the next home game we see all you out here and supporting the Eagles.
That's right, and I believe that next home game is Sunday, July 11th. Yep. You can find out more on eaglesfc.com. I unfortunately will not be able to be on the call for that one. I would love to be. It's been such a joy to bring these games with our entire GCG Bag TV broadcast team with us. Tyler Kendall, Rob Gardner, David Faust, who's been doing yeoman's work today on the camera, as the weather was not cooperating with us last game. We learned some lessons, but David drew the short stick on that one and did terrific work bringing you all the action. We've enjoyed bringing you all this action so very much. So, Darren, any parting thoughts before we wrap this one up?
Nothing particular. No, feel good.
We're all feeling really good after that great come-from-behind Eagles win. Want you to stick around with us for the next game coming on July 11th, but make sure to head over to ColumbusEaglesFC.com. Buy tickets if you're able to attend in person. Supporting local soccer here in Columbus, it is so important. That's why Nordex supports this. That's why GCG Bag, we're producing these games. We love the Eagles, love all of you for tuning in. We will see you on July 11th. Take care.